Hey middle schoolers, it's Mrs. Doro. I'd like to show you today how to do another sketchbook assignment for Wednesday. This one again is going to be working with oil pastels. I have two variations of it depending on what kind of colors you have in the kit that I gave you. This one on top uses these four colors. So it's a black, a blue, a yellow, and a white. Okay, the second variation that I have, maybe you have this one, is using all of those same colors plus the light blue. So it's completely up to you what you have in your set. I like both of them. I think I will show you the one with the black, so taking out the blue, the light blue. Okay, so in your sketchbook, guys, I'm just going to do this on typing paper. So what you're going to start out by doing is you're probably going to need to turn your sketchbook so it's in a landscape format instead of being in a portrait format. So you're going to need to turn it on its side. And what I would like you to do is to just draw a rectangle using a pencil. Okay, nothing fancy, just draw a rectangle. Next thing I'd like you to do, I grabbed a, like one of my spice covers. If you want to do a freehand circle, you totally can. I thought I would just use this for a tracer. So in my upper right corner, I am going to trace out my circle. Okay, nothing fancy. Pencil and the tracer get put to the side. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to grab is my black oil pastel, and what I'm going to do is with heavier pressure I am going to go around the edge of my rectangle, and I'm going to fill that in just basically with a black line. Okay, pretty simple. Now from here, notice the motion that I'm working in, students, is like a circular motion. I'm going to start with heavy pressure in the corner. As I work out across the corner, my pressure is going to get less and less. And I'm going to kind of round out this corner with the black oil pastel. I got my pooches here with me today. That's Stella getting up to go to another dog bed. Can hear her toenails clicking. And Jack's laying here on his dog bed right next to me. Okay, so as I come around, again, heavy pressure and then lighten up. So you're kind of fading that black in gradually as you go around your rectangle. Okay, I think I'd like a little bit wider band of black at the bottom. Not much. And then fade it out. Just lighten up on your pressure. Heavy pressure to light pressure. And I'm just kind of rounding out those corners. Okay, so I'm going to set the black off to the side. You can see again, light pressure fading into a dark pressure. And I round the corners out so it's almost like an oval I have in the center of white. Next thing I'm going to do is working in that circular motion again. This time I'm bringing the dark blue in. And I'm going to fade my dark blue into my black. The black is really, really dominant. And because this blue is dark, they're going to blend together really, really nice to create a night sky. I'm pressing pretty hard so I can really get nice, heavy color. Oh, we can hear Jack moving. He's going to a new dog bed. Okay, as I come around here, when you get up towards your moon, slow down a little bit and try to get as close to the moon as you can without going inside of it with the blue, okay? Get as close as you can. Oh, I can hear Jack over there. He likes to like dig in his dog beds before he lays down. He's got to fluff them up. Sorry guys, I'm taping from home, so I'm gonna have little weird noises in the background. It's just life. You're probably going to need to pull the paper off of your oil pastels as you're doing this one. Okay, so I have a really nice fade from the black on the outside edge into the blue. If you step back from your work and you see that there is a definite like line division between the two colors, you're going to need to come back in and kind of fade that out a little bit and get rid of that defining edge. So now I'm going to come in with my yellow, and I'm just going to fill my moon in heavy pressure with yellow pastels. Get it as close up to the edge as you possibly can without heading into that blue, because blue and yellow together are going to give you like a green color. You don't want a green moon. Okay, get it as close to the edge as you can. Okay, now I'm going to come back in with my black, and I need to peel off some of that paper. Okay, now I'm going to place the 3 birds into my moon. So really all these are is kind of like flattened out little V shapes. And I kind of curved the wings down slightly. I'll zoom in on it so you can see what I've got. Okay. I like to place usually odd number of things when I'm doing things like this. I was thinking odd number looks better. You can do 2 if you want. Maybe you want to do 1 little bird by himself. He's a lonely bird. It's up to you. Okay, now I noticed that some of the black right there is kind of getting into my yellow. So I can take my pencil and I can come along and I can define that edge a little bit better with my pencil. I know it's hard to get tiny details with oil pastels because obviously you cannot, you can't sharpen them. So I'm going to come back in. Touch up my pencil lines a little bit. Okay, and I've got my 3 birds done. Now zoom out a little bit. Now I'm also going to take my pencil and I'm going to go around the edge of my moon, and I'm just going to fill that line around my moon in a little bit darker. All right, and then I'm going to try to bring my oil pastel in a little bit closer as well here too. Peel the paper back a little bit more. If I can get it in a little bit closer to the yellow, that's nice. Okay, so my moon is finished. Now the next step I'm going to do is to add in my tree branch and the silhouette of 2 birds sitting. So off to the side, maybe like 2/3 of the way down from the top, I'd like you to use your black pastel and add in just kind of a bendy, gnarly tree branch. Don't just do a straight tree branch. I've never seen a tree that has a perfectly straight branch to it. And make sure you leave enough room for your birds to sit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that branch. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to put the silhouettes of my two birds in here. So really, that's a pretty simple thing. I'm going to draw, I'll zoom in. I'm going to draw an oval sitting on the branch. Then I'm going to put a circle on top of it. Down below the branch, I'm going to do kind of almost like, I guess I could call that like an open-ended triangle of some sort. Then I'm going to put a second bird. Maybe this one's going to be sitting up on the branch a little bit further. You don't have to put them perfectly side by side. Again, I'm drawing an oval and a circle. And then down here, I'm going to put in that triangle. Okay, so now I'm going to use my oil pastel as best as I can. Again, guys, I realize it's difficult to get it that tiny and to get it super precise. Just do the best you can. I really like oil pastels for their blendability, but one thing their drawback is I like working with fine details. It's just my style. And with oil pastels, I've never felt like I could really get good fine details. And I guess it's just something I need to work on. Now, if I think my black is a little bit too crowded or something, or too fat on my bird, I can just take my pencil and kind of pull it back. All right. Now, last thing, guys, is I'm going to go along with my white pastel, and I'm going to add in just like little flecks. Let me zoom out. Oops, wrong way. I'm going to add in just like little flecks of white, because there's lots of stars in the sky. All right. And that's it, guys. So I'd like to see what you do. If you notice, too, guys, if you have a lot of white kind of peeking through, you can just go back in and touch it up. The side of your hand is probably going to look like mine. But anyway, you can blend it too with your fingers a little bit. All right. Have fun with it, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.